Hello everyone, I myself Dr. Yogita Hathmode. I am a physiotherapist, Masters in Cardiorespiratory Disorder, working as an assistant professor. Today I am here to discuss and make you guys learn about a topic, that is lung volumes and capacities. Firstly, I will start with the introduction of our today's topic, that is whenever we try to breathe in and breathe out, our lungs are trying to assemble some amount of air that is being measured by the lung volumes and capacities. What is the importance of lung volumes and capacities? For every medical student, it is very important to know the basics behind any kind of functional assessment of your respiratory conditions. For example, that is whenever we try to go to a doctor, we have to get an assessment for the respiratory part, that is the pulmonary function test or the spirometry test. Pulmonary function test is nothing but it is being utilized by some of the lung volumes and capacities. So, today I will be talking about the lung volumes and capacities, that is being divided into two equations. First one was the lung volumes and the second is the capacities. In lung volumes we have 4 subdivisions and in capacities we have 4 divisions. In lung volume we have the first one is the tidal volume. What is the tidal volume? Firstly, I would like to explain it in my terms. Later we will go for the definition. How the tidal volume will be when we try to calculate it. Whenever we try to inhale one breath, inhalation and exhalation. In a normal breathing cycle, we have inhalation and exhalation. So, that is the tidal volume. Around 500 ml, we have a tidal volume value for any person, maybe a male or a female. Then secondly, we have the inspiratory reserve volume. What is inspiratory reserve volume? By definition, it is the amount of air one person at an attempt try to inhale forcibly beyond the tidal inhalation. That is inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, that was your tidal volume. Then when we try to inhale forcibly, so this forcible inhalation beyond the tidal volume inhalation is your inspiratory reserve volume, that is around 1200 ml for any normal individual, and it can vary for the men and women around 3000 ml, that is 3 liters. We are done with the inspiratory reserve volume. Thirdly, we have expiratory reserve volume. What is expiratory reserve volume? By definition, it is nothing but when we try to go beyond the exhalation, tidal volume exhalation. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in forcibly, breathe out forcibly. That was your expiratory reserve volume. Whatever the amount of air we are trying to inhale, the same amount of air we want to exhale out of your lungs. That is the expiratory reserve volume. That can be considered around 1200 ml or 1300 ml, again in any individual at an average value. Last but not the least, we have the residual volume. What is that? By definition, residual volume is the amount of air we are trying to inhale, exhale, and the remaining amount of the air inside the lungs, what we are going to breathe, is the residual volume. The word itself means what is residue. Residue is the remaining part. So, we have the remaining amount of air, that is defined as the residual volume. That also varies around 1200 ml for any normal individual at an average value. So, lastly we are going to end up with the lung volumes. Again I want to give a recap for the lung volumes. First was the tidal volume, second was the inspiratory reserve volume, third one was the expiratory reserve volume, and last we have the residual volume. For the previous part, we were done with the volumes. Now we are going to shift for the capacities. What is that? We have again 4 capacities. First one is the vital capacity, second is the functional residual capacity, third one is the inspiratory capacity, and lastly we have the total lung capacity. So, for that I need to show the graphical representation. From that we are going to get a better idea how, because capacities has been defined and described by, there are 2 or 3 lung volumes. It is a combination of the lung volumes. The capacity is the combination of the lung volumes. So, with the graphical representation, In the graphical representation, we can see the x-axis and the y-axis. Here in the y-axis, we have volume of air in your lungs, that will be calculated in milliliter or in the liters. Then for the x-axis, we have the time, that may be in the seconds or in the minutes. So firstly, I would like to explain about this part. What is that? So whenever we go to a doctor for a checkup, we have some kind of special test for the lung capacities and volumes, that will be what? The spirometry test and the lung function test. In spirometry test, we have to explain about how the lungs are going to get damaged, and after that how the lung capacities and volumes are going to get differ. So in this picture, we can see a person sitting, and we have a mouthpiece towards the person's mouth, and the person has to grip it tightly to the mouthpiece, and then we will explain the patient how to inhale, how to exhale, and then we have a pen where that pen is going to mark the graph accordingly how the patient is performing. So now here I will describe you about the capacities. So first one, what I was explaining is the inspiratory capacity. As I said, the definition of the capacities, it was nothing but the combination of two or more than two lung volumes. So what is inspiratory capacity? It is the combination of the inspiratory reserve volume and the tidal volume. I will try to demonstrate how it will be. Once we are trying to inhale, exhale, again inhale, exhale, then we expect the patient to go for an deep inspiration. So once we inspire, of course the same amount of air is going to be exhaled. So that was the inspiratory reserve volume and the tidal volume, the combination, that is the inspiratory capacity. How much capacity we have, or in any individual have, to hold the amount of air inside the lungs. Then next comes the functional residual capacity. We have the functional residual capacity in the combination of expiratory reserve volume and the residual volume. How? Whenever we try to inhale, exhale, again a deep inhalation, same amount of air we are trying to exhale out. So that was the amount of air remaining and the amount of air when we try to exhale. So the combination of expiratory reserve volume, residual volume is the functional residual capacity. The word again mention the residual capacity, how much amount of air is still remaining in the lungs. Then we go for the vital capacity. The name itself, vital capacity, gives an idea. It is a very important capacity for any individual when they go for the test. It includes of three combination, that is the inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume and the expiratory reserve volume. Again, what is that? How much amount of air one person try to inhale, exhale and wait for a stagnant one quiet breathing, that is inhale, exhale, and the total circle of the inspiratory thing was the vital capacity, that is inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume and the expiratory reserve volume. What is the total lung capacity? Last but not the least, it is very important for any individual how we are going to perform the total lung capacity. Total means the total of all the volumes, that is inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, expiratory reserve volume and the residual volume. That includes all of the four residual and the tidal volume and the inspiratory reserve volume and the expiratory reserve volume. So we are done with the lung volumes and the capacities also. So lastly, I will just try to explain what are the normal average values of the lung volumes and the capacities. First will be the inspiratory reserve volume, that is around for any average person, that is 3100 ml, that is 300 liters around that. And then comes the tidal volume. The tidal volume is the 500 ml for any average person, men and women. Then comes the expiratory reserve volume, that is around 1200 ml. Lastly, we have the residual volume, that is also again 1200 ml. From the graph itself we can see, once the person try to inhale, the tidal volume is 500 ml, then plus the tidal volume of the inhalation, we have again the inspiratory reserve volume. So plus 500 and around 1500, we go for a 3000 around kind of value for the inspiratory reserve volume. So we are done with the lung volumes. Now remaining the lung capacities. In lung capacity, inspiratory capacity is also around 3600 ml for any normal average men or women, and the functional residual capacity, it is also again 2400 ml for any average person. Vital capacity, it is 4800 ml for any average men and women. Total lung capacity is around 6000 ml, that is 6 liters for any normal average men or women. So previously what we had learned about, I would try to summarize it accordingly. First we saw the lung volumes and the capacities, the name were 4 and here the name were 4: tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume and the residual volume. Then comes the capacities. In capacities we have the vital capacity and we have the inspiratory capacity, expiratory capacity, functional residual capacity, and lastly it was the total lung capacity. Hope you guys liked the video and understood the topic. It is very important, as I said previously, for all the medical student, whoever is going to pursue the medical profession or already there in the medical profession. Thank you so much for listening with the patience.